Okay.
Hey, Bismillah, Assalamu alaikum. So I'm
Walaikum
here with
salam.
the lovely Sarah Saleh. You can go ahead and introduce yourself because
Hello, hi, my name's Sarah Saleh. I am a business strategist, new business mentor, and Facebook expert, membership owner extraordinaire. I'm a mum to four. I live in the Midlands in the UK, and I'm a client of Halima.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. And I just wanted to share, like, in this interview, what I want to do with you is kind of just really talk about your journey, your growth you've had, and things like that, so we can um highlight those areas, and hopefully, inshallah, whoever's watching can also take away something as well. But I want to actually go back to when we met because we've known each other for ages.
Yeah, we have. I don't know how we met. It's on Facebook somehow, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think probably through blogging, the bloggers network. I think maybe initially I met you and stuff and
Yeah,
what have
was it
you.
Muslim blog
Bloggers, Muslima
Facebook?
bloggers, I think it was. Yeah. And back then, I think you were just doing travel.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I was doing travel. I've done quite a few different things. If you look at my resume for my businesses that all my the jobs that I've done in the past 20 odd years, maybe 25 years, you'd probably think, wow, she's done so much stuff. But everything that I've done has brought me to be able to do what I can do today.
Alhamdulillah. So, like, I remember when we first started talking, there was like businessy stuff because we were talking about a lot of marketing.
Yeah.
But do you remember what was going on at the time?
Um, I have through my life, I've suffered with anxiety, which I didn't know was anxiety at the time. But I've had a lot of anxiety. But after I had my third child in 2017, I started getting physical anxiety, which I've never had before. Not in that sense of panic attacks. Um, I started getting panic attacks, and they would come and go, and I didn't really seek any help from it. They kind of subsided a little bit. We moved house, and then I had my fourth child, and that was when it just went into kind of I went into meltdown basically. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember my obsession with the bin men? That I think
Yes.
that was where it started for me. So I'll share it. I can share it if you want me to. I'm happy to share it because anyone else might identify with it and stuff. So
Yeah, go on.
what I thought was a very trivial issue of so I was completely and utterly scared, like feared for my life for missing bin day. So this is, you know what it's like if you haven't got a bin that's outside your house, you have to take the bins out. Now, back in the day, even 5 years ago, the bins would come every week. But since the bins changed to every 2 weeks, so 1 week it was recycling, next week it was the other bins. Um, this actually started a longer time ago that I didn't identify, by the way, and it was since that happened, I had an innate fear of missing the bins, and at the time I never questioned why. I maybe thought it was something that everybody had. I don't know, and it got to the point it kind of went and come back. There was one time where I did miss the bins, and I had a really bad altercation with the bin man, and it just sent me off on one. But anyway, when we moved to the Midlands, after I had Asia, it was the bin man situation was so bad, I was having panic attacks. And I was waking my husband up at 3 o'clock in the morning saying, have you put the bins out? And he's like, it's not bin day. And it actually almost became a running joke with my family and friends about bin day. Because obviously they didn't realize on a surface level, they didn't realize what was going on because I don't think many people actually realized how much I was afflicted and suffering with physical panic. I was having 6 to 8 panic attacks about losing my keys, the bin men, loads of little things, but the bin men was the main one. Leaving the iron on, leaving the fridge door open, leaving the cupboard open. So many little things that I was doing,
By this time, it was affecting your day to day.
affecting day to day my life constantly, and I
Was it
wasn't telling
affecting
anyone.
work as well?
Yes, affecting everything. So I was seeking help with this. It got to the point where I was like, and because I'm around a lot of coaches in marketing, I didn't really understand much about mindset stuff right then. I thought it was all a bit woo woo and it wasn't for me. But that's when I was like, I need to get help. That's what it is. I need to get help.
Okay. So is that when you kind of we talked?
I think we spoke a little bit after because I had some EFT. So I had an EFT session for the initial panic. And then it was like, right, okay, the initial panics, literally, I had and I had some somatic thing,
Yeah, I
uh,
remember.
thing, and that helped with the physical symptoms. But then it was like, right, okay, what's going on here? I need to move. I wanted to move forward in my life, and it was stopping me from running my business. It was stopping me from showing up online. It was stopping me from performing, being a mum the way I wanted to be. And I felt like I was constantly failing all the time, and I knew that I had to get help. But I wasn't really sure what I needed to do, to be honest with you. I kind of knew that I need something, but I was, I still thought that therapy and coaching wasn't for me. I really did. So
Yeah, so I was gonna ask, did you ever like actually take um like go for counseling therapy, like mainstream services to help with anxiety or go to the GP or anything like that?
I did go to the GP, and then they referred me to this talking therapies. And then they didn't send me the appointment, and I was actually away abroad when they called me. And when after, because they called me twice and I didn't answer, they shut my case down. But they never sent me a letter or anything. So I was just, it kind of put me off, to be honest.
Okay.
So yeah, and I was actually scared. I was scared of judgment. I was actually scared. I'll tell you what I was most scared of. I was scared of if I told the doctor that I had depression, that they would tell social services and take my children off me. That's how anxious I was. That was the mindset that I was in. I didn't want to reach out to get help for fear of judgment.
Well, I think a lot of ladies will resonate with that.
Yeah,
So
that's why I wanted to mention it.
what did you get out of when we had our sessions?
I think it was identifying my behavior because I didn't realize what I was doing. So there's, I think one of the big ones was zoning out. Was the zoning out. So I now realize that that's actually what was happening to me at that point was actually like disassociation, which I didn't realize I had that before. And I used to zone out a lot. As you probably saw Halima when we was on our calls, I didn't identify, I didn't know I was doing it. And she was like, "Where did you go?" And a lot of people have said it to me that I've done it before, and I didn't really take it in. But yeah, I think that, and obviously being able to actually process and start to understand my behaviors and why I was doing what I was doing, and being able to release some of what was inside of me. That's what I needed to do in order to be able to move forward as a person. I needed to release this stuff, which I didn't realize. I've been on burnout my whole life. I've been on constant hyper mode, like survival mode. And a lot of people, I think, you've helped me identify this. It was, I have spent my whole life since my teenage years on a survival mode. Now, for me, how that looked like was trying to overperform. And the reason why I was overperforming, I was always wanting to get the top paid jobs. I was always wanting to do well at work. I was always wanting to be accepted. I was wanting to be that person that was, working in London in this high fly job with all this money and all these designer clothes and this nice car and everything like that. But the main reason why I was doing that, I was looking for self validation, and I didn't realize. And you helped me realize that's what I was lacking. So I may have been performing well and I've may have been successful in the way that, we're on the marketing world or in the online world, six figure is successful. Having six-figure salary, job, business, which I thought was being successful, actually wasn't, because I've done it. I've been there and done it. I've got the house, I've got the car, I've got everything. But actually, I did it on survival mode. So in fact, I wasn't successful. I just had money, and it made me realize that I needed to. That's what I've been doing all my life. So when I was working in corporate, I was constantly working. Like I was working in like an office role. So I was like an order management role, and I used to stay after work for 3-4 hours studying to get my Cisco qualification, to do Prince 2, to do this, because I was like, I need to get the next thing. I need to get the next thing. I need to get the next thing. I was constantly on burnout. I went and got this job in London in a consultancy firm. I don't have a degree, but because I did the amount of studying I did, and I look back on it and I was like, wow, I was doing like 10, 12 hours a day. I didn't have kids at the time, just to get this job. And to me, that was, I'm putting the work in. I'm putting the work in. I'm going to be a success. This is what it takes. And it does take hard work and it does take commitment, but I was doing it from the wrong place. So when you get to that point and you realize you're still the same person and you still got the same feelings, the same with your business, what I felt in my business, then that's when this is when it starts to fall apart. And you really helped me identify that, where I can move forward in being a leader and being a successful business owner in a more healthy, holistic way, rather than the burnout hustle culture way. So you've helped me with that.
So how has that kind of translated into, I guess, your work now, who you are now?
I think that it's helped me a lot understand who I am. It's helped me be more confident. Now, I've been, on the face of it, a very confident, visible person, but I had the low self-esteem. I'm actually a very introverted person. This is why being having that extrovert persona doesn't work for me, because I'm introverted, so it used to be really energy draining. And when you say introvert, people go, "Oh, you're the person that stays in your house, doesn't want to talk to anyone." That's not how it is at all. I have to have a lot of downtime to recuperate from things. And understanding and being very, very, very self-aware of my actions and my behaviors has helped me run my business a lot more productively and a lot more happier. I'm a lot more happier in my business. I'm not constantly looking for likes and validations and clients. And even when I got clients, I was constantly scared to actually have coaching calls with people, or constantly scared to help people in their business, because I was scared that I was going to get found out, that someone was going to, post a bad review about me online. And actually, that behavior I've had a lot. I had it in my travel business, I had it everywhere. So it's really helped me understand my behaviors. Um, Also, I've got kind of behaviors where I start a project and don't finish it, because the initial dopamine and the initial high has gone, and having that consistency has helped me be more consistent in my business and not, look for different things all the time. So yeah, that's how it's helped me in my business a lot, and it's helped me move forward. And I think I can be a better leader now in my business for my clients and for my audience, because I'm more of a, like I said, self-aware person.
Mm. So kind of give us an idea of like what kind of, I guess, successes have you had?
So this year I tell you what my success is: slowing down. That's my success this year. Slowing down, being more pragmatic with my business, and not constantly having to think that I need to be hustling to get more money, because Allah will give me the money anyway. And it's not like I'm not earning a lot of money, but I'm not having that as my main thing. Like, it's not my main, obviously the money, we have to have goals monetary wise, okay? But it's, for me, I'm approaching it in a different way. And I think slowing down and being more pragmatic is, that is my success for my personal self. In my business, I have been able to restructure the way that I do things. I've decided to cut some services, which I would have never have done before. I'd have been too scared. Um, I also have been hired by a very big coach who does 100 grand months to coach their clients, which I thought, at the start, when I first went on, when she first hired me, I was like, oh my God, they've hired me to coach her clients, and her clients pay her money to, and like, she's helped me, she's hired me to like look after her community. And I was a bit like, oh my God, they're going to find me out. And I was so scared. The first few weeks, I was really scared of like doing something wrong. Then I realized what I was doing. And I was going, oh, what would Halima say? Halima would tell me to stop and think. And I was doing that. And now actually, it's not me having to run my business being scared. I have to run my business with confidence and with joy.
Yeah.
These are the things that I'm doing, and I am helping people, and I'm, moving forward. I know that I can slow down to be able to grow. So I think that's my success.
Has it changed? I mean, like obviously we talked a lot about the panic attacks and anxiety and stuff you had. So has your, I guess, in terms of that kind of health, has that changed in any way? And what about your home life as well? Because obviously how you show up then changes. everything
Yeah,
around you?
yeah. I can't remember the last time I had a panic attack, to be honest with you. Like literally, I don't get them at all. I don't get any panic attacks. Um, I think, like I said, again, being very self-aware and being able to almost not be blinded, but almost see two steps ahead about a situation. I can, everyone says that I can respond, not react to things
Mm.
now. So even when I start my day, I can, oh, excuse me, sorry, I can respond and I can sit up and I can say, right, what am I doing today? Do I need to do this? That's what Luke said to me. There's a lot of things you could do, but should you do them? And do I need to do this? What do I? And don't get me wrong, life isn't perfect. I'm still a bit scatterbrained. I'm always going to be scatterbrained. I'm still a bit, crazy, and I have crazy ideas at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I can do sometimes, the work of 3 people in like 1 hour would take one person 8 hours. I get like that, and I have periods like that. But that's a superpower now. So I'm taking that on as a superpower and understanding that when I am in that mode or I'm in that frame of mind, I get productive in that mode. And when I'm not in that mode and I'm on a bit of a downtime, I'd be productive in that way for myself. So rather than beating myself up, I can do that. And also with the kids as well, I've been able to be a bit more responsive than reactive. Because I have got 4 children at home. My husband works away a lot. So for example, most weeks he's away Tuesday to Thursday. So he'll go away Monday and come back Friday. And I'm on my own with the 4 kids and running the business and doing everything else. And I have got kids with um, additional needs and and a toddler. So alhamdulillah, it's a lot better. I feel a lot better, a lot more confident. I'm able to let things go a lot more.
If there's kind of one big lesson that you'd want to give to other people, whether it's business owners, whether it's leaders and people in senior positions or what have you, but if there's one insight that you could give them, what would that be?
So I think the biggest thing I've learned these last 18 months is that I based my whole reality around other people's validation of me. So my whole being, my whole existence was based around what others thought of me, and my happiness was based on them. So actually being able to step back and be happy with myself and actually love myself and be me for me and accept myself, like I said, being very self-aware and accepting my quirks and my different behaviors and being able to manage them a bit differently. I've been able to let that go. For example, I would even not even consider now. I'm not even buying designer clothes. I used to want to have designer clothes a lot, for example, and looking at it from another perspective, I was only buying them because I wanted other people to think that I had them. So it's these things about, you know, understanding who I am and knowing that I'm enough and that my clients and my audience and when I speak, the people want to hear what I've got to say and that I can help them. And I'm doing it from a place of intention to help people, for helping them, rather than doing it from a place of I want people to like me. I want to be out
Mm.
and open and I want to be visible and I want to be a person that everyone's looking up to because I want them to like me. And I flipped that to actually I don't care if anyone likes me. If you hear me and you like what I've got to say and I've helped you and I've taught, I've been able to, even just one person, just a little bit of your life, I've been able to improve it in your business, in your personal life, whatever it is, then alhamdulillah, mashallah. But, flipping it, I think that's been the big thing for me.
Alhamdulillah. Um, just to kind of summarize, how would you kind of describe, I guess, like coaching and support that experience with me? If you had to summarize it in kind of one or two sentences, how would you summarize it?
You're asking me now. I would say um, that it's been transformational for me. And also, I like the fact that the ongoing support is there as well. Like if you need it, it's not just here you go, here's your program, off you go kind of thing. Um, you're very, very supportive on a regular basis, and I don't feel like I'm just another number. I don't feel like I'm just someone that you need to get on a sales call with and just sell to me. I've always felt like you're actually invested in me as a person, and you want to help me succeed. Where I haven't felt that with other people. Other people that I've spoken to, I've had calls with other people, and it's just been very, very, it's not been my energy. It's been a very, very different energy. And I feel from you, the energy is amazing, and the ongoing support's really good as well.
Jazakallah. That was really lovely. Would you recommend coaching with me?
Yes, I would recommend coaching with you. Definitely. I would recommend coaching with you. And even, not even, you don't even see me, I'm the kind of person, I know a lot of people out there are like that as well. Not everybody wants to commit to like 6 months, which, I know now you have to do it. Okay. You have to commit a long term. But at the time when you're in survival mode or you're in panic mode, you're not ready to invest in yourself. I know that. And it can take a bit of time. So I would even invest in Halima and just give her a try. Just give it a try, because I know that if you are I couldn't even admit to myself or say the word that I'm a leader. I couldn't even do it. And now I tell my clients, you are leaders. You have to act like a leader. You are a leader. People are your clients or your business, or whether in your workplace, you are a leader. If you're in that position, people are going to look to you, and I wouldn't even been able to say that word before. So even having that has been really powerful and transformational for me. It really has, because I've been able to help other people in my wider network and things like that. So I would definitely just have an open mind. Just have an open mind and give it a go. And if you are a business owner or you're working in an organization that doesn't have a mentoring program, a lot of places have mentoring programs, and you have bosses, you have different people, you have like HR and all that kind of stuff. Well, not everybody has that. And I think having a mentor and a coach really helps you. It really does. You're that person that's there but nobody else understands, or you've got no one else to talk to. That's how coaching's helped me. And I always thought it was a bit woo and it wasn't for me, and it was all the inspirational stuff. But actually, at its core level, it's really, really, it's working on yourself. If you broke your leg, you'd go to the doctor. If you had a stomach ache, a lot of us are addressing physical symptoms, but our brain is an organ as well, and it's a really complex one, and it's amazing. It controls our whole body. So having coaching really helps you on a physical level as well. So yeah, recommend you.
Jazakallah so much. And thank you. That was a really lovely case study and testimonial. And I really hope that some of the things that you've shared today, that it's actually going to benefit a lot of people that will listen.
Inshallah,
Yeah.
inshallah.
So Jazakallah. If you want to reach out to Sarah, what's the best way to do that?
Social media, get me on Facebook. I am the Facebook lady. I do have an Instagram profile. You can find me on there. I'm not posting on there that much, but I'm a Facebook lady. It's Sara Amira Sare or Sarah Saleh Consulting. Come and find me on Facebook.
Brilliant. Okay, Jazakallah, and you take care. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.